guys, and welcome to this week's video. So this week I'm going to be installing a fosse septique. There it is, it's an EcoFlow 5EH, if that means anything to any of you out there. But we're going to be installing it here at, there's the garage which I'm going to be converting into a gîte, and the first thing we need to do is get a fosse septique installed. For those of you who watched last week's video, we're just waiting for the delivery of the mini digger, which apparently should be on its way. So that's typical. It's just started to rain and they've just come to deliver the digger. So the digger's here and it just starts to rain. Typical. But let's get this digger unloaded and ready to start installing the fosse. Okay, it's now got real. The digger is here. I'm super excited about this. I have to say I've always wanted to have a go on one of these, and I am looking forward to having a go. I might have a quick little go now, just to make sure I understand how it works, obviously, so that I can get straight to it. Saying that, I probably won't be doing any or much digging because as I said, I've got my mate Tim who's going to give me a hand, and I think he's an expert, so I'm probably going to leave it to him to do most of the digging, but nevertheless, I'm a man and I love big toys, and that is probably quite a small digger, but to me it's still a big toy, so I'm well excited to give this a go. So I'm in the digger and there's lots of confusing joysticks that the guy did show me how to use, and now I might just give it a little go, obviously because I can't not. Let's give it a go. That is a face of excitement, loving this. But it's wet, it's the evening, I'm going to get back inside before my wife rings me saying, where the hell are you? And I'm going to leave this for another day. See you soon. So, in all of the excitement of accepting the mini digger, I hadn't noticed that we didn't get the breaker, and we believe there's bedrock underneath here, and that we ordered a breaker in order to be able to, if we do get to some solid rock, that we can kind of break through it in order to be able to dig down. But unfortunately, the breaker's broken and they couldn't deliver it, and we haven't got it. So Tim has very kindly said that he's going to start digging to see if there is any bedrock, and whether we can continue with the job. But if we can't continue with the job, or if we definitely do need the breaker, then I'm going to see if I can rent it from somewhere else, see if there's another place nearby that can rent a breaker that will fit our machine, and we'll see if we can go with that instead. So I'm going to leave Tim to do the digging, and I'm going to phone a few places to see if I can rent a breaker in order to get through the bedrock if we get to there. So while Tim is digging, I'm just here at my quince tree and I'm going to harvest the quinces. So this is a quince, and I would argue it's basically somewhere in between an apple and a pear, but it makes Membrillo jam, and Membrillo jam is really tasty with cheese, but we always try and pick these and make Membrillo jam, so I'm going to harvest these anyway. So unfortunately we have hit
bedrock. Tim's been doing a good job in trying to see if we can get through it. We really can't. We're going to need a breaker, and I just cannot get one. Searched and phoned around loads of different places. No one has one that fits our machine. So I'm going to have to get Tim to put the soil back in. We're going to have to delay the project and do it in a month or so, when we can rent another machine that has a breaker, or this machine with the breaker if it's got fixed or whatever. But all in all, I'm going to have to fill the hole back in, and we're going to have to do it another time when we can get a breaker, which is immensely frustrating. We had everything planned. It's been going around my head for the last 2 months, and we thought we had everything, and people let us down, eh? But there we are. That's what life is like. So we're just gonna have to go with it. So I'm gonna off-hire the digger, get this whole field, and yeah, and we'll have to replan it. So unfortunately, guys, you're gonna have to wait a month or so until I can replan in the sort of project. And instead, I'm gonna make use of this nice weather and hopefully try and harvest some bits and pieces that I needed to. I've already harvested the quinces, which you've seen, but I've also got some pumpkins and butternut squashes that really need to be harvested too. So I'll probably get that done. And that'll be that for this week. And then I don't know what I'm going to do next week, but yeah, there we are. So here I am in the vegetable patch, and to be honest with you, it's still looking a little bit sorry for itself because I just haven't had a chance to get in here and give it a good clean and weeding and everything else. However, we do have quite a few pumpkins and squashes that are growing, and I really need to pick them and get them inside before it gets too damp and too wet that they start to rot. So let's get picking. So there we are. I've picked all the pumpkins and the butternut squashes. I've got 6 pumpkins and about 8 butternut squashes, and a couple of about 3 or 4 squashes of some sort, whether they are overgrown butternut squashes or some sort of pumpkin or whatever, I don't know. They're these ones here. They're massive, but they haven't sort of got the colour of the pumpkin, so God knows what they are. Look at this, chicken is trying to get into my vegetable patch because I've got the gate open, so I'm trying to stop her from getting in. Don't go in, you can't go in yet. So I'm glad well, I've got to get them in now just to dry off, but I'm glad they're in now because we have had some, although it's a gorgeous day today, we have had some rain, and I think it's only going to get worse. So I'm glad I've got them in. We've still got some bits and pieces in the vegetable patch, leeks, kohlrabi, and Brussels sprouts. Hopefully they'll be ready for Christmas, but most of everything else, oh, and purple sprout and broccoli, which are these big plants just behind me, they'll be ready for spring. But other than that, most of the vegetable patch has been finished. Actually, just there behind me as well, we've also got Jerusalem artichokes, but I haven't dug them up yet. They're still to come. But anyway, that's it for this week. Sorry I couldn't show you the full dig of the fosse septique, but unfortunately that's what these things happen. So I'll plan that in probably in a month's time. So keep an eye out for that. It will be there. We have to install it at some point, but I'm going to have to replan it in. But that's it for this week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, guys. Bye.